All right, you ready? Well, happy Thanksgiving Eve-ish Eve. It's the Spitball Media podcast on a Tuesday night. We never do Tuesdays. It must be a holiday because Thursday's Thanksgiving. Welcome to our weekly entertainment podcast. We call it Spitball Media. My name is John Draper. Shah, happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, what's happening, man? This is the first Thanksgiving I'm making food for myself. My mom's doing some other shit. Family's not coming down, so
Whoa.
yeah, it's gonna be a weird one, man. But I'm throwing down for myself, man. I think I'm
Hell
get
yeah,
drunk.
bro. That's the
I'm
best.
get drunk, roll a
I
couple
wish.
blunts.
Oh, I wish so much.
Yeah.
I miss those days, actually. Bisha O'Brien, are you traveling? What is your story for the old Thanksgiving glory?
My story? I can't do the
Story.
Oh
Tell
my
me
God.
your story.
What's funny is I never realized what the Philly accent was until I heard
It's called
you
the
do it,
Delco. It's called the Delaware County. It's called the Delco accent.
and then I recognized it when I heard like Sandman and Francine. I'm like, oh, that's okay. No, we're going to my parents' house, and honestly, I really don't feel like fucking going. I wish Joe was staying home and making a meal myself, but hey, you got to do it. You got to do it.
I know. I'm complaining. I'm going away to like a $4 million estate for 3 days on the arm. But hey, to each his own. Welcome. Thanks for checking us out. We usually do this on a Thursday day. We're doing it on a Tuesday day because Thursday day is Thanksgiving Day, and we couldn't do it on a Wednesday day, and we certainly aren't going to do it on a Friday day. But yesterday was Munsey Day, and we would never do it on a Sunday day. But happy Thanksgiving, one and all. We're very happy to be here. We have a special show planned. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about who's hanging out with us tonight. We're going to plug the old Patreon. You know, the holidays are coming up, and the best gift you can give yourself is the gift of audible sensual pleasure. And that's by going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. $5, Shah. I mean, even at Thanksgiving, like a homeless person would yell at you if you gave him $5.
Yeah, man, $5 ain't shit anymore, man. And we've got a ton of like different type of shows now. We've been doing some different ones. I did a almost like an MTV style Cribs one. I did a Halloween special where I talked about getting pepper sprayed a couple weeks ago.
It's hot.
And then I think next month I'll probably do something else.
Yeah, I think we'll do a little holiday version for the old Patreon. I mean, and Bisha O'Brien, you're a guy who knows a lot about the old economics of life here. $5, this is a steal.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I never see $5 randomly anymore. Unless like you go to what is it? Five Below is the new dollar store.
Yeah, it is. Five Below is the new dollar store.
And the dollar store used to be the place where my grandma would take me where like I was a kid and didn't know that there were like clearance toys and shit, but they were still cool. And that's I guess us you don't know that we're a clearance podcast, but we're still pretty fucking good.
Yeah, we're a discount podcast, Shah. He's got a point there. We are we are a Five Below podcast.
Yeah, a lot of people listen to us in the halfway house. Pretty popular there.
Kensington.
Kensington.
Delco.
Delco. You don't know the whole story.
See, I don't know anybody in Philadelphia that talks like that.
Gotta hear the Spitball show.
Well, Shot. It's that Philly, Baltimore. That's a Maryland. It's the combo. They just did a whole miniseries called Task on HBO, where that was the basis of it. All these British actors had to learn the Delco accent.
Yeah, but that's Delaware County. That's not Philadelphia, though.
No, it's not Philly, but it's Pennsylvania. It's it's northeast Pennsylvania. It's not Philly necessarily, right? It's the other direction. It's western,
right?
Western PA.
Right.
Don Stoney said Shah's getting pepper sprayed at home on home
Shah,
video.
yeah, just pepper spray yourself in the face, like when you're in the house, like
Hi, I'm Shah. Welcome to Jackass.
Like Jackass style.
I'd have to bump it up to 15 for that month, man. I don't know.
I love that.
Did you guys ever see Kenny Rogers' Jackass on Mad TV?
Yeah,
no, I don't think so.
It was stupid. It was Will Sasso. He's like, I'm Kenny Rogers. Welcome to Jackass. He's got a weird ass wig like Kenny Rogers, and they're just beating it with baseball bats and shit.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. But anyway, go to patreon.com/spitballmedia. $5 is going to get you a lot. Bisho, you're dropping a show for these cats? Is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
truth be told, I recorded one last night, and I was so
Oh.
tired, I listened part of it back, and next to you motherfuckers talking about dropping albums and getting pepper sprayed and shit, I was feeling a little inferior, so I might have to re-record one.
Yeah, I know, but Bisho, you're aging in reverse. Like me and my brother Joe were talking about how you've lost a lot of weight and now you look younger, actually. It's weird.
I think it's the lights because you can't see the gray in my beard, but
is that? Well, look who you're fucking talking to, dude.
I think you're taking the heat off of me is what you're doing.
I'm like the Shah, I'm like the North African Santa right here. If I could put
I told you, man. Next Halloween, man, you need to be the Ayatollah.
I should be
the head wrap. You put the head wrap on, dude.
I have a lot of Ayatollah qualities. I'm
telling you,
really
man.
do.
Yo, Bisho, can you please pull up the Ayatollah, man? Please.
Well, sure. Why not?
But this is not the first time I've been mistaken for.
Not the current one either.
No, not the current.
Khomeini,
Ayatollah Khomeini. He means Khomeini.
Khomeini, the original.
Oh,
Khomeini.
Shit.
Yeah, Khomeini. Everybody knows. Five generations of people know who Khomeini is.
Come on, I'm from Ohio, but I know who Khomeini is.
Actually, got the generation before you probably has no idea who that is. Dude, let's be honest. I do look like that. No, it's not even like that funny because I really kind of look like this.
Yo, and then pull up Sean Connery. He looks identical.
I do. No, when I had the hat on, I was just. I do look like Sean Connery. You know who I look like? I look like the comedian who was playing Sean Connery before Will Ferrell.
Man. It's the fucking Ayatollah.
Oh,
I'm the Ayatollah of rock and roll.
Colin, what's it?
No, he was like a voice. Daryl
Hammond.
Daryl Hammond. Daryl Hammond is Sean Connery. This is what I look like.
No, I get. What's funny is it's so weird. When I looked at the Ayatollah, I was like, man, John looks like Sean Connery. But I was looking at the Ayatollah, not you. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's the Scottish Ayatollah. I don't know. I told you a lot of people don't think I'm white. This is very obvious now. You can see
Ayatollah of Scotch, and we got to figure out the rest of it.
Yeah, well, Scotch, I do have. I have like some Balkan and some other stuff. Like I have a whole bunch of stuff here in my ancestry. It's mostly Italian, but my DNA, Shah, as we've discussed, I have Middle Eastern DNA.
Yeah, guess what I am? I am.
I'm gonna say Persian.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, it's a hunt. There's nothing even remotely.
We don't really mix. Yeah, we don't really.
Oh, for God's sake!
Thousands of years.
Thousands
keep in mind, man. Well, no, Iran is 6,000 years old. It's one of the first.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, you guys want to hear it? You ready? This is legit. Right. This isn't bullshit. I can't pull it up. 23% southern Italy, 21% northeastern Italy, 3% central. Then we go into the Irish. So it's Donegal, Ireland, 12%. Connacht, Ireland, 15%. Munster, Ireland, 2%. Then we get into 7% Germanic, 5% Northwestern Germany. Here's where it gets interesting. Malta, Cyprus, North Central Europe. Now, North Central Europe, what does that mean? This is Chechnyan, Polish. I have 13 regions, but I do have Cyprus, which is Eastern Mediterranean, which is Cyprus, and then which is a hodgepodge, and then I have Malta. So which is the Mediterranean between North Africa. Draper. Malta is North Africa and Sicily. So this all makes sense. So yeah, stop calling me a honky, everybody in the chat. I don't like it. I'm offended.
That's not true.
I'm a total honky.
That word's awesome.
Anyway, who are the honkies we have hanging out with us at the old chat room, Misha?
We got good old Coke Hogan.
Coke Hogan. Love the Coke Hogan.
We got Donald Q. Stoney Esquire.
Thank God there's a lawyer here to protect me from all this racism.
Yeah, we got Rams fan.
Rams fan, the voice of the generation.
Yes, we have Ryan Keefe.
Ryan Keefe, who I call Ryan Yankee, whose name I always want to say Yankee fan or something. But
that's right. We got the Drusifer Yarsifer experience.
The Drusifer Yarsifer experience of first.
Yeah, we got our buddy Marquise Johns.
Love the Marquise.
Got the Cleric of Chaos.
He's royalty as well, Cleric of Chaos.
We got Hey Nah, Rich Dye.
He's got a fine little Western Pennsylvania accent there.
He does. We got AJ Daniels.
Oh, what's up, AJ? Old friend of mine right there.
Yeah, and if I missed you, say what's up.
Yes, please say what's up. Now, obviously, we have Thanksgiving coming up. We have a special show planned, doing things a little differently. Oh, he's in Mass. Those could be fighting words, he says. Dude, I hate, I hate the Yankees. Don't even go. My hatred for the Yankees transcends any Massachusetts person alive or dead. The old Chris Matthews is chilling right there. Anyway, we do have Thanksgiving coming up. Next week, we'll be back to a regular show. We have some special stuff planned for the month of December. We're going to be bringing back the Q&A in January, kick off the new year right. I know a lot of people want that Q&A back. But we want to talk a little bit about some stuff we're watching, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the big show. It's our signature show, our year-end show. But first and foremost, B-Show, I believe you and I are, out of the three of us, watched Good Boy over the weekend. Shah, you did not watch it, correct?
No, I don't think I'm going to be watching that this year.
Okay. So B-Show and I sort of decided we would dive into Good Boy. Shah tried to get him to watch Ash. I've already seen Ash, but I wanted B-Show to watch Good Boy. Obviously, we're talking about the movie. It's a horror film told from the perspective of a dog that got national released. And people did seemingly enjoy it quite a bit. Shudder just debuted it last week. B-Show, I'm going to start with you. Now, this was pretty hyped up. A lot of people saw this in our periphery, said it was very good. Shah and I had serious issues with the dog, which I'll get to in a moment. But I want to hear from your perspective, first and foremost, about Good Boy.
I'm kind of hot and cold with it. I don't want to say I didn't get the hype, but I heard people saying, oh, this is a great movie. It was fine. I think technically speaking, it was impressive, like to be able to get those shots and to get the dog to react and do the things you want him to do and go where you want him to go. Probably a challenge. However, I had some issues with the plot. Like some shit happened, and I think I understand what they were trying to say, but I understand not spelling everything out, but there's certain things that it's like connective tissue you have to follow to understand what's going on in the story. And there was a few things that I think they missed the bar on. But
yeah, I mean, I want to talk a little bit about that. A shout out to Mike Roche there, 5197, chilling in the chat. My issue with the movie was that it wasn't that good. I thought the dog was the best actor in the movie, and that's not good. And Shah, I'm going to explain this to you. So there's not a lot of speaking parts, and it does take a different turn than what you think it does. But I found the lead actor to be very terrible, just bad. I felt like I was watching a high school production of Caligula, Shah. And Shah, you and I have talked about this a lot, I think. We are at the point now where even though we can respect a low-budget film, bad acting is such a boner shrinker.
Yeah, and I think we've been kind of spoiled. Like, we're conditioned to just expect good acting nowadays, man. I mean, good cinematography. These are things that we're spoiled with small independent movies. So there's really no excuse in 2025. You know what I mean? I'm not as forgiving as I used to be. Like, there's just no way, man. Once I've seen some of these movies come out with very little budget, I mean, I'm talking like, $75,000 type of shit, and they're making fucking incredible films.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of a budget either. That's the thing. I mean, it was a small budget, but B-Show, I found the lead actor guy not good enough to be playing through this. I'm sick. Is it mental? Is it a ghost? Like, I just didn't think he was. And was that Larry Feston as the grandpa, or am I making that up?
I don't know. I'd have to check, but yeah, I agree. He was very.
I do like to see. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all right. I think there's a delay. I'll check. Good Boy. Yeah, it was very flat, and it's like for that role, they could have written it in a way where the guy didn't need to be front and center. Like you could have still told that story of the dog and
he
detecting evil and shit. No, but like there were scenes like you said, the guy was like laying in bed and thrashing around, and I'm sick and blah blah blah, and like you didn't have to do that. It could have been just about the dog.
He was mean to the dog. I really didn't like when he was mean to the dog, but I know it was. Look at that little chubby bunny right there with Shah. There was not a lot. It's a gorgeous. Look at that old bastard. He's sweet. Look at him. He's so cute.
Old wrinkly
like a
bastard.
Big thing of sausage. He's old wrinkly bastard. Should be his.
He looks like a baby seal, like a chubby baby seal.
He does. He does look like a chubby
exactly what
baby
they're
seal.
like, man. They're just like land seals. It's exactly.
Well, they make like mammal noises. They always snort and all that other shit. Bisha, I just want to get an idea of. I thought the grandfather character who was in it post mortem there. was Larry Feston, the director actor. He has a very specific face. I could be wrong. So I just didn't like the movie. I was a little stressed out about the dog stuff. It's mercifully short, which is about an hour and 15 minutes, which Shah would like. Didn't hate it necessarily, but I did not. If I would have saw this in the theater, I would have been like, oh, I could have seen something else.
You're correct, Larry.
Do we know who's
Fessenden
in this movie?
Yeah, Larry Fessenden is Grandpa.
Yeah, he's a director actor. He was in fucking. He was in a huge movie actually. He was in. Shah wasn't. Oh, Shah. Remember, he was in Killers of the Flower Moon at the end. He did a voice thing. Larry Feston.
Was he?
Holy shit! Yeah, remember him and Jack White from the White Stripes were narrating it at the end. They were telling the story of Killers of the Flower Moon. He
Dude,
was
I
one.
wanted to
He's a
mention.
very. I've
I
met
wanted
him
to
a bunch,
mention-
by the way.
I wanted to mention the actor that just passed away today. I forget his name. Do you remember?
Udo
who-
Kier
Kier.
died yesterday.
Udo. Yeah, Udo.
Yeah, great face, great voice, scary German.
Have you ever seen any of his movies?
Of course.
Oh, dude,
Absolutely. Udo Kier, he always plays a creepy fucking person and everything because he's a creepy motherfucker.
Have you ever seen his version of Frankenstein and Dracula?
No.
Those are the
I've
only
seen-
two movies I've seen by him, dude. They're
Oh,
fucking...
he's so creepy. He
Oh
was
my
just
God,
a
dude.
creepy motherfucker.
Have you seen Blade? He's in Blade. He's in Ace Ventura.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
oh, yeah,
one of
yeah,
the he's one of the principal vampires on the council in Blade.
Yeah, he's also
He's in a lot of stuff. He had a very
nymphomaniac.
distinct face.
Yeah.
What's that, Shah?
Nymphomaniac?
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, was he in Nymphomaniac?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
in
he's in a lot.
Suspiria.
I think
Which
it's
the
cameo.
original?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or the
Yeah,
remake?
Flesh for Frankenstein, dude. That's what I discovered.
Flesh
him
for
from.
Frank. I've heard of Flesh for Frankenstein.
Yep. It's Andy Warhol's.
Yeah,
Flesh for
yeah. He was like he was one of those kind of factory people.
Yeah.
But getting back to Good Boy, be sure I thought you were pulling up the. Can you just pull up the Rotten Tomatoes? I found it to be overrated. The dog stuff didn't bother me that much until he threw up blood on the dog. That kind of fucking really pissed me the fuck off. But I got where it was going. And B-Show, what did you think of the over? I love that dog is stunning.
Yeah, that's bullshit. 90%
just some
and
bullshit.
82.
This is some bullshit,
Dude, I tell you what, man. I try to take people seriously. I can't take ratings seriously anymore. I just can't.
How could you? This is obnoxious. I would say this was a C minus.
That's what I've been saying forever, man. That's why when
Yeah.
people started shitting on Keeper, I was like, dude, I just got to watch it for myself because I can't trust these reviews.
You know what? Someone said this on TikTok today. I don't know who it was, and I don't know if I fully agree, but they said, do you ever wonder why movies that are loved in the movie theaters come out, and then when people see them at home, they shit all over the movies? And she said, it's because they're on their phones. They're not watching the movies.
Oh.
But then how can you explain the opposite?
Well,
where it's
someone
like,
also said B-Show in UK. I'm sorry that movies are they now making TV shows and movies under the auspice that you are watching your phone.
oh, fuck.
Like they know that you're on the phone watching it, so they're getting to things a little bit. So if like I don't know if we could do 2 hours on this, but this was an amazing tweet somebody pointed out and said it was somebody in the UK and said that they have people on the record in the industry saying that we have to make plots less complicated and get to them quickly because people are not paying attention. So now everything that we make is going to be under the auspice shot of, I know you're on your phone, so let me spell this out for you quick. So, you just keep watching. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, I mean, what a sad, sad time.
It's very sad. That's a sad commentary. And I don't think I don't know that I agree that that's what's happening. Because we've all watched some very complicated movies lately. You know what I mean, B-Show? Like, I don't know that I agree, but if they're talking about the foundation now for the future is that we are going to see more and more simple Jack storylines because we are simple Jack people, I don't know that I could argue that anymore.
No, and that's the thing, too, about AI is I've kind of accepted it because, we complain about AI because it's dog shit. Like that Coca-Cola commercial that came out. The whole thing about the truck coming down the street and stuff. There's like 7 different versions of the truck because you can't get the AI to replicate what was in the previous scene.
So crazy.
But I know a lot of people are like, oh, wow, look at this awesome truck thing. This is awesome.
That
I can't do
truck.
the
I
voice.
love it, B-Show.
But like, it's the same thing as people who will tell me, like, they don't make great movies. And I'll say, what's your idea of a great movie? This is an old conversation, but it was like, Big Trouble in Little China was a great movie. And they'd be like, no, it wasn't. That didn't make any money. And I'm like, so do you want good movies or do you want movies that had box office? Because that's 2 different things. But then they'll like a movie like Armageddon that we just saw, which is kind of a dog shit movie.
Yeah.
And be like, that's such a great movie. And then I'm out. I'm out.
And to Drew Yari is saying one battle after another was complicated. It's in my top 3. No, it isn't. It's very laid out for you very early in the fucking plot. The first 10 minutes sets up the entire plot. Like, I think it was the opposite of complicated. But I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, and it's gonna probably win a lot of awards. As far as that goes. But yeah, we're talking about more like in the comment, like, Paul Thomas Anderson makes one movie every 5-7 years. He's not going to make some chud movie for fucking Simple Jacks. But Shah, I would be curious if you watched this Good Boy movie. I thought it was okay. This 90% and 87% Rotten Tomatoes to me is mad sus.
Yeah, I'll probably catch it when it comes to physical media eventually. On a sale or something. It's not something I'm just going to jump on day one. But yeah, I don't know. All the reviews I've heard so far is like that it's kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, it's middle of the road. It's never going to make a top 10 for me ever. Bisha, I assume it wouldn't make one for you either.
No. Like, I appreciate the effort, and I
Me
appreciate
too. I like the concept
it.
very much, especially because it's not a horror movie. Actually,
No, it's not. And there's one thing I will spoil, not a major plot point, but it's something that, like, to me, just you're breathing, dude.
Sorry.
But the dog. There's at one point where the dog is taken somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, what happened? And then the guy just like opens the cellar door, and the dog's just chilling there, and it's like, the why is he just chilling there? Like, what's the consequence of what happened to the dog?
I think I understood what that was about.
I think so too, because it wasn't. Yeah.
I think whatever the crescendo happens, and he's there. And Shah, the interesting thing is this is not a horror movie. Like, it's a metaphor. Horror is a metaphor under the auspice of the dog. This is about grief and sickness and loneliness.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Art house movie.
Which, by the way, I could listen, and conceptually, I'll fall on my sword. I love that about the movie. I really do. I love that we're having people now take risks in trauma and things like that. But when it ends, the final few minutes, you realize, oh, this isn't a horror movie, but it's horror for the animal because of what's happening to the main, I want to say the main antagonist. But Bisho, I will say this. I am tired of this bad acting. I can't take it anymore. This is not the 80s or the 90s. There are so many unemployed great actors, just like there's so many unemployed great musicians, singers. There's no excuse for this anymore. I thought that guy was not good enough to carry that movie like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the guy who directed the film was the main character.
I don't know.
He played the main character.
That's why I wanted you to pull it up. I honestly don't know.
Let me see.
And yeah, I'd be curious to get Shah's opinion on it. Again, the dog stuff, it's touchy. It's not. It's fine. I know it took like 4 years to make this movie. It's a labor of love. Oh, he was the star. Motherfucker, get some, put a fucking help wanted ad out. Get a fucking actor. Like that's not an excuse anymore. I just, yeah.
Well, this is weird. It says starring Indy, which is the dog, Shane Jensen, Ariel Friedman, and Larry Fessenden. And wow, Ben Leonberg is listed as the director, so maybe it wasn't the director.
Yeah, because I saw the director. He didn't look anything like the guy in the movie.
Okay.
I don't know. Drew's saying he's director, writer, actor. I don't know. I mean, does he play the lead? What's the lead's name, Bisho? Do we have the credits, the actual credits?
Oh, shit. I just closed it again.
I'm sorry, bro. And then I want to get into Sisu, too, because I got to talk to you guys about this motherfucker.
All right. Cast of Good Boy.
Yeah, the dog shot is incredible. It's gorgeous. Just a beautiful, beautiful dog.
Todd?
Yeah, I guess it's Todd, yeah.
Was it Todd? Shane Jensen? Here.
Because
I don't recognize this face.
Yeah, I saw the guy doing press. He didn't look like the guy, so I don't know if that's by design.
Is that guy? And then
I assume you get top billing over the dog. I don't fucking know.
Weatherman, narrator. Yeah, I can't even figure it out, but I guess it's this guy, Todd.
I guess. Yeah, he doesn't. I saw this guy doing press. He didn't look like that. Boy, this dog is gorgeous. This dog is fucking gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Well, whatever. Conceptually, like I said, I love the concept. I didn't love the execution. It's fine, but it's not going to be in my final 10. But a movie I saw that's in my final 5 of my favorite films of the year, fellas. The old man got up nice and early on Saturday, took the dog to daycare, and ran over to go see Sisu 2. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the movie, but if you're unfamiliar with Sisu, Sisu is the Finnish revenge movie where he just brutally murders, blows up, destroys. I don't know, shot like 100 Nazis. He kills a lot of Nazis in Sisu.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, so I don't remember
great,
like specifics, but I just remember it was super violent and all the kills were brutal, super creative. Like it was.
Yes, creative kills is a part of it. Bisho, you still haven't seen it, right?
No, I haven't.
Bisho, would you mind just pulling up the sequel for Rotten Tomatoes? I don't know how this did. So I went and saw it. I saw a very early screening. There was a couple people in my theater. They were talking a lot, but they clammed up right. Whoa, wow. Holy balls. 96 critics. I can see why critics like this movie. 89. Yeah, so I'm not want to talk too much about it because it just came out, and I know people might try to see it, but it's very similar to the first movie. Only the budget, and Shah, you noticed this in the trailer, it was probably about 200% more.
Oh, yeah.
There's big time. They give him now he's going after Russians. There's no Nazis in this movie, unfortunately, to watch die. But there's post-World War II Russia, which took a piece of Finland after the war. Shah, this was a gore fest. Absolute gore, like in the Rhino gore fest. I don't know if it's as gory as I think it's as gory as the first one. There's new gore to be found.
How long was the movie?
Hour 40, maybe.
No, that's
maybe.
Not bad. Yeah, I think the original was about the same too.
Yeah.
I do want to rewatch the original. Maybe I'll do it this weekend.
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu right now.
No, I have the Steelbook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
Of course,
of course I have the Steelbook.
And there's a dog in that too, Shah. The dog's in that too. His poodle. Yeah, dog with the one eye or whatever. He's awesome.
It seems like almost like a Tarantino type of movie. You know,
he does the chapters again. It's awesome. Like the Bing Bang Chapter 1, Bloody Revenge. I was like, you know. Bisho, you would love this movie. I would say it's Sisu is probably from the two. Like John Wick is violent, but to me it's very cartoony. It's fast on purpose because he's going to kill 30 other people in 5 seconds. And I loved John Wick movies, but I felt they deteriorated over time. Yeah. This violence is very graphic and slow.
Is it like Rambo 2 or Rambo First Blood Part 2 type of violence?
Yeah, but way more he comes up with creative ways. Like there's a plane, I don't want to get too into it, but there is a bomb. Like they used to have the big bombs on the plane and they drop it. It looks like a hydrogen bomb. He uses a bomb as a weapon at the crescendo of the movie, but not in the traditional sense that the bomb explodes to kill everybody. To get the force of the bomb to get to somebody's face. Like, in other words, what if a giant bomb just was coming at your face? Like, what would happen? What do you think would happen? I mean, they're so hyper violent, and it's bloody and it looks good. It doesn't look fake, and it's that World War II gun, knife stabbing, bombs, mortars, sewing yourself up, a lot of that kind of shit. Abisha, I think you would just be like, what? It's just, and you feel so good because it's like Nazis. You just feel so good watching it. I can't explain.
Yeah, man. I've wanted to watch it for a while. I've not been staying up late recently. I've been going to bed early. And so if I do get a movie in, it's been stuff from this year. I've been trying to catch up. So,
well, I highly recommend it. And Shah, if you're doing nothing on Thanksgiving, go see Sisu too. You fucking love it, bro.
Well, if I'm going to see anything, it's probably going to be The Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Oof, that would be a knockout.
I do want to see that before the end of the year.
Yeah. I will say this, guys. There is a scene, because it's kind of teased in the trailer. He gets caught by his adversary, and they torture him. And they torture him with a whip that is actually a live electric cord. I was like this, and they're like on his back, zzz, on his back. Like his back didn't even look like a human. Like it looked so bad, and it just keeps going, shot and going. And there's even a scene where he gets beat up a lot, as you know, Shah. He doesn't always win the fights, but he comes back. He's getting hit in the face with like a pipe, so graphically. Like it was so graphic. It's just like stop, just stop already.
Yeah, and best believe, man, I already got this one on pre-order for the Steelbook. So the day
It's
this
just
comes
so
out,
great.
I'll
Dude,
be
there's
watching.
certain times I'm watching, I swear to God, and we all know, like, I go on and on about this, like, I don't care about the violence. But sometimes in this movie, B show, even like in the first one a little bit, you're just like, I get it. Stop. Like, it's this martyrs level of violence.
Oh
This,
wow.
like, doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. He's got a great scene with an airplane, with a plane, where he's trying to outrun a plane. It's so good. It's so good. The plane dive bombs. It's a fucking.
And
Oh
that's
my
what I liked
god.
about the trailer was that
Oh,
it
it's so
seems like the
crazy.
budget went to the right place as
Mm-hmm.
far as like
Yeah.
the CGI and stuff.
Yeah.
It looked really, really good from the trailer. So,
Yeah. Shot. People are asking about your shirt. I thought you asked about mine. Mine is a Gorilla Biscuits shirt.
it's just Mishka. It's like a skateboard brand from New
Oh,
York City.
that's a cool
I do
shirt.
like the hat though. The hat is Heaven's Gate.
I was gonna
Oh, look at
ask.
that. Yeah.
John, do you know what that is?
Of course. The shot. Of course.
The cult, and it's the away
The
team.
Hell Bop Comet culture. Hello.
Yeah. So
Well, they all wore the
I
high
had to
tops.
represent the Colts out there, you know.
Yeah, purple
not,
Nikes
not
or
the
some
Indianapolis Colts
Yep.
either.
They had
I
the
got a
purple-
Gorilla
purple
Biscuits
Nike.
T-shirt on,
Nice.
but it's in the form of the Mets. This is the Gorilla Biscuits logo right here. I was
Oh,
gonna get this
nice.
tattooed. A lot of people have this.
No, I do
tattoo.
like that logo.
That logo's and in the back it says hardcore on the back. It's so
That's
dope.
awesome.
But people think it's a Knicks or a fucking Mets
Mets?
T-shirt. Yeah, listen. If you have nothing to do this weekend, if you could see Sisu 2, it is so fun. And B Show, watch the first one. It's so fulfilling. It's like Tarantino. Like, it's like, what if Tarantino didn't want to win awards and just wanted to make people uncomfortable with violence? Like, that's really what it comes down to. Like,
That's
honestly.
like a wet dream, dude. And here's something I caught because, like, okay, I was talking about this on the show that may not ever be released last night unless I
You
decide.
should release it because now I have to hear it. I want to hear it so
It
bad.
just,
Yeah.
I just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
start on
drug
the way to my mansion tomorrow.
All right. I just drug on. But like one thing I noticed, especially this year, last year, year before, is I'm having a hard time ranking movies because it seems like there's one or two movies that I would get really into. Like when I hear you talk about this movie, you're like, oh my God, da 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 da, and like you're animated and you're excited about it. And then we talk about the
You
rest
will be
of the
too.
top
By the way,
10.
when you watch it, you're gonna text me and be like, "Oh my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!" It's crazy, but God.
Yeah, but like in that sense, like then I get to like the rest of the top 10 outside like the top 3, and it's like, these are good.
Good, but not
So
great.
I feel like every year the past couple of years I wanted to ask you guys about this if you agree or disagree, but it feels like there's one maybe two like holy fuck movies, and then the other ones are there. So
Well, actually, let's just get right to it, B Show, because you're segueing into it without even realizing it. What we wanted to do for the rest of the show is tease our year-end review. So we've now expanded to 10 of, in our opinion, what we considered the best of the horror films that we watched this year. And it's funny that B Show is bringing this up because somebody that I don't follow that was trending today was talking about the best, because now you're starting to see people put up their 4 best, their 5 best. And they said, and I'm going to go to Shah on this because I really believe this after what they said because they gave examples. They said, don't sleep on 2025 because if you really look at it on paper, this was another year of exceptional original horror. And they threw some good shit out there. Shah, I know earlier in the year you were like, it's not really that great. Now we're wrapping up. And I know there's a couple of things on the docket that you need to see. But based on where you are today, do you still think, compared to the last 2-3 years prior, that this is the weakest? Or do you think that maybe there was a course correction here at some point?
No, I think it's gonna be close to 2024. I think it's gonna be neck to neck with 2024.
Wow.
I still think 2022 was the best year we had.
Probably was.
Just because we had like Barbarian, Pearl, Men, like there was a lot of crazy shit that came out that year.
Yeah, it was a crazy fucking year.
But I started doing this last year just because we review so many trailers. I started jotting down all the interesting ones that I wanted to watch personally. And I remember last year I had about 45, and this year, looking at the list, it's about 45. And to be honest with you, I don't think most of these are available to watch. Like a lot of these were like independent movies that we watched trailers for.
Yeah.
So there's a ton here that I took notes on that I actually really want to see that we just haven't had the opportunity to watch. One being Killing Faith. It was like that Western movie that we recently watched. It had a cult.
I thought that wasn't out yet, but it is out actually.
Free Waka. That was that Wicker Man type of movie.
I watched that.
B-Show watched that.
Oh, did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched it about a month ago.
I think, we talked about it on the show.
We talked about it. He said it was a little disappointing.
For some reason, I thought that was Moloch.
No,
maybe I'm getting them mixed up.
No, I remember Moloch though.
Because I did watch Moloch.
Moloch, isn't that a prequel to that other movie about the police station and all? That's something else.
No, you're thinking of Mallium.
Mallium, thank you.
Yeah, I watched that too. By the way, I watched.
No, this one, Frey Waka, was like the Irish folk one. We thought it was going to be this super cool cult, and it never really took. I mean, it has to do with it, but it didn't really.
Yeah, I mean, B-Show. Let's swing this over to you now, though. But I do think, if you look at it like on paper, very significant things and films happened. Like, I don't know that it's just a one or two, but I do think that there is, like, our top 10, I guarantee you, collectively, individually, is not going to reflect another show's top 10 or another show's top 10.
And that's another thing I hit on too. Maybe I should just release the fucking episode, but like, I'm very proud that our lists and our favorites are usually somewhat different than what everybody else is talking about, because it shows that we have a different and unique taste.
They almost always are.
And in a world of people trying to, like, either, I guess, rage bait or trying to suck up and belong, like, we have a very unique, I guess, set of what we're into. So I kind of respect that about us. Mm-hmm. I think maybe mine is because I try to pick movies that are renowned or look good or we think look really cool. Like, I'll give you an example. VHS Halloween. We were all fucking jacked up for that. I thought that movie was kind of dog shit. I didn't like it.
I didn't think it was dog shit. I thought it was fair.
I didn't like it.
I guarantee you. Now, here's a funny thing. Necromaniacs, right? It's my brother Mike's podcast with Mike Hill from Tombs, and Jeff from used to be in the band ISIS there. I guarantee you that at least one of my brother already told me VHS 2 is in his top 5. VHS Halloween's in his top 5.
Wow.
And it might be on the other guy's top 5. Now, it's not in mine. It's not in my. It's probably not going to make my top 10. I have 12 right now that I'm ping-ponging around. That was not one of them. But I do think that this year was definitely in league with what we've been seeing. One of the standouts of this year, guys, let's remember, is even though this was not something for us necessarily, but somebody brought up The Conjuring because it just hit HBO Max, Last Rites. Now, I was going to watch it. I might still watch it because I have it HBO Max. I might want to check it out. That movie was one of 3 horror films that made over $100 fucking million. The other
Which one was that? Sorry.
Last Rites, The Conjuring.
Last Rites. Okay. Sorry.
The top 3 horror producing films of the year, I think, are Sinners, Last Rites, The Conjuring, and Final Destination: Bloodlines. I'm fairly certain those are the top 3 movies. That's a big deal. I don't think, Shah, in 2024 we had any horror films maybe that made $100 million, except for maybe Terrifier, which I don't know that it did $100 million, but
no, it did over 100 million, but barely over 100. Yeah, I mean, dude, I think this year was like a really nice mix, because my problem going into this year was we knew all these franchises were coming back, such as Final Destination, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like, we knew all these bigger movies were coming out. What I was worried about was there was no announcements from Neon or A24, and I was like, oh shit, like, what are we gonna do? But again, looking at this list, there's some that we're forgetting about. One being that Psycho Killer movie. Remember the Nazi? Not the Nazi.
Oh yeah, when is that coming out? Did that not get? That never came out.
That one looked fucking incredible.
Psycho Killer. Yeah, that comes out next year.
And that might be part of the problem too, is that we just don't have a way to get our hands on a lot of this stuff.
No,
if we don't go
Psycho
to see
Killer, guys, is coming to theaters, I think, in March or something like that.
I hope
it's
so.
Getting a national release.
What about that Carpenter's Son? That's 2026 too.
That I think is in limited release. I don't, or maybe it's going.
You remember how good that looked, man?
Yeah, that was the Jesus movie, the Jesus and Pals with Nick Cage.
Yeah,
that looked fine. Jesus and Pals.
Jesus and Pals.
Jesus and Pals.
Jesus and Pals is crazy.
Yay. B-Show, but like you can't look again. Conjuring, not our thing.
And I still haven't seen Black Phone 2, like Cleric's bringing up. So maybe that's it. Maybe I just haven't seen.
Had a pretty strong showing. It's available right now. You guys could rent that if you want to watch it before the end of the year. Yeah. I was very impressed with that. I don't know if I liked it as much as the first one because it was an original concept, and now, but they went full Freddy Krueger on it. Look, let's rewind even more. You have two Osgood Perkins movies. You have Neon putting out movies like Together and
Shelby
Companion and
Oaks.
Shelby Oaks. You have, that
Yeah.
Druckmann guy making his first movie, even though it's kind of a little polarizing and maybe didn't deliver the way people wanted to. Like you have, and by the way, you're ending the year is Five Nights at Freddy's coming out. I saw a new trailer for that. I think that looks fucking great. I might actually go see that fucking thing. Honest to God. It looks completely different than the previous movie. I don't care that it's PG-13 if it's good. So I do think, B Show, that one of the things we had this year was we had legacy stuff like Toxie, like Final Destination, right? Like reboots of, like, we're going to get Silent Night, Deadly Night in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like 28 years later, like, and then we had this new shit, like the Together, like the Shelby Oaks, like two Osgood Perkins movies.
And see, that's maybe it's a weird thing with me too, is the movies people seem to like, I didn't think were as good. Whereas, like, I really liked Together, and I saw people shitting on that movie left and right.
I liked
So
it fine. I thought
maybe
it was
it's
pretty
just,
damn
and
good.
it's not even contrarian, but maybe just having that opinion, and maybe it's just bad selection. Maybe I'm picking movies I think are going to be good, and I'm kind of let down, and I'm not seeing the other ones that are actually really good. I don't know.
Yeah, Rams fan is bringing up Bone Lake. We've talked about, we did the trailer for Bone Lake. I've heard that was very,
I
very,
did
very
want to
good.
see. I heard it's the horniest movie of the year.
Yeah, I
So
heard it's
Chucky
like
Larry
80s.
said something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. They said it's like a throwback to like teens fucking and getting killed in the woods. As far as the year goes, I do think, and this is just me because I saw most of these in theaters and not. I do think some of these movies maybe should have just went to direct release. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It would have been a harm there. But here's the way I'm presenting my top 10. And you guys could, we're not going to give any of our spoilers away. My top 5 are the best of the best. They are the 5 best horror films I saw in very significant order. The 6 through 10 were very good films that maybe if these other ones didn't exist would have been moved down. But Shah, for me, a couple of these movies are going to be movies that did exactly what they said they were going to do as advertised. And I walked in thinking it was going to be this way, walked out thinking it was exactly what it was. Do you think a lot of times, because some of these trailers are so high end now and so deep in the plot, that maybe it's false advertising in a lot of ways, that we're getting trailer baited and then they just don't deliver the film? Because I think Shelby Oaks might be a good example of that.
Yeah, I think the issue is they give away too much in the trailers a lot of the times. That's why I like the Neon trailers, because they're literally 45 seconds. They get you invested in it, but you literally have no idea what anything is about.
You have no fucking clue.
You're fucking clueless.
Yeah.
I still don't know what Keeper's about. We had
You'll
no idea
never know,
what
and it
Longlegs-
didn't really help you in the trailer. I'm just
and
telling you right
Longlegs.
now.
Do you remember the trailers for Longlegs? We were just like, what the fuck
maddening.
is this? Like,
Maddening.
what is this?
We ate on that shit for like 3 months
we were
straight.
fucking whipping it out a year
By
in
the way,
advance.
Amazon looks like Amazon is stopping by my door right now. I have the Long Walk getting dropped off.
Oh,
right
that's
now.
definitely in my top
I'll be
10.
watching that. Probably,
Yeah, and by the way,
probably this week.
I think Rams fan brought up that both Aliens Romulus and Quiet Place did 100 million last year. Yeah, here's the thing about that though. Those movies probably cost about 60 to 80 million to make. Quiet Place was terrible. Aliens Romulus is great, but we're talking about Aliens movie, which definitely cost about 70, 80 million to make.
Yeah.
I'm talking about movies that maybe cost 20, 30 million, or in the case of like a Terrifier or something like that, $1 million, and then they made 50 fucking $million.
What was the budget for Terrifier 3? Like $5 million or something like that. It made 105.
Yeah, it was like, I
What
think
the
it was
fuck?
6. I think it was like 6, and it did over 100 million.
Yeah.
I just saw something pretty fascinating. I don't. Please G-check me if this is wrong. You guys are familiar with Boondock Saints, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't have enough hours in life to debate that movie, whether it's good or bad, but it's culty. Do you have any idea how much money Boondock Saints did in physical media when it came out?
I can't even imagine.
How much do you think it did? Because there's only 500.
How many copies did it sell? Is that
No,
what you're
no. How much
asking?
money do you think it generated?
Oh, 120 million.
No, that's well, yeah, no, that's.
Well,
good.
I mean, VHS tapes were like fucking $80.
Not then. We're talking about 2000.
Not a 90. What is it? 90.
2002, 2003. It
Was it?
like
Yeah,
99. It didn't come out till 2003 or something like that.
Really? Oh, then by then
Yeah.
it was DVD.
Yeah,
Then, yeah.
it got downgraded from like a $6 million budget to like a $900,000 to $1 million. Both movies did any over 30 million in physical fucking. I mean, it's crazy. They might have done 50 actually. I think they both are up to 50 now. So here's this like shitty, low budget, dirty, weird movie that is so culty that made tens of millions of dollars that got dropped by Miramax that no one thought it would make money and thought it was stupid and everyone abandoned it. So it's just a weird thing how that worked out. But Bisho, like, do you think these trailers, do you think the high art trailers are actually hurting the medium at this point? Because our expectations now are every time we see one, we think it's long legs.
Maybe, and maybe it's overselling it a little bit. However, I think we've seen a good mix. We've seen a lot of trailers, like big studio trailers lately, where they show everything.
Yeah.
And we've seen some more, indie studio trailers where they don't show as much and it's a little bit more cryptic. I think if you're going to go that cryptic and if you're going to try to be a long legs, you got to have your shit tight. Because if not, you're going to get exposed. To your point, people are going to expect something that's a little bit more artsy fartsy. And if you don't deliver, then it's fucking done. Like, what movie? The Monkey, right? People love The Monkey. And we love the trailer. The trailer looked fucking gonzo with the kills and the blood and shit.
And it's a gore fest too, but it's a pretty gory R-rated movie.
Yeah, it is from that standpoint, but like I just didn't think it was great. So I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah, I would say if you didn't like Monkey, Keeper might cleanse your palate there if you can get into it. You know what I mean? Let me ask you guys a question. I want to switch gears here because we're wrapping the year up, right? Rewind the clock. What was the most impactful trailer shot, regardless of whether you saw the film or what you think of the film? What do you think in your mind was the most impactful trailer that you saw all year out of all? Or if you want to name a couple, regardless of whether you've seen them or not, that you still think about and go, man, the first time I saw that trailer for this year, I'm talking about for this year specifically.
I would definitely say Solvent. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was that Nazi occult found footage movie. We thought it was fucking, the trailer was crazy as shit.
Wow, that was an uncomfortable trailer.
Psycho Killer, definitely one of my favorite
that
trailers
comes out
of the
next
year.
year. I'm talking about for this year. Like,
that we've probably, honestly, it's probably a toss-up between Weapons and Bring Her Back. I mean, those are probably the standouts. I also really like this is an underrated one that we should probably talk about because I think we all seen it, right? Maybe Ash. Did we all see Ash?
B-Show, what he switched? You saw Ash, B-Show, right?
No, I thought
you switched over. You switched over because
because I was trying to figure out if I should watch Ash or something else, and then I wanted to watch the shark. No.
Oh, Dangerous Animals.
It was between Dangerous Animals and Ash, and then I remembered Good Boy was on Shudder, so I watched that instead.
Yeah, well, you still got. They're both about an hour and change, so you could watch either one of those. Bisha, what one or two trailers stand out for the year for you? Again, regardless of whether you've seen them, because I have two that I think I'll remember for a very long time.
I'm having a hard time remembering the trailers for the movies I didn't see yet, so I'll forget one of those. So forgive me, but I would have to say Weapons. Bring Her Back and Together. I would say those three trailers are the ones that stuck with me.
Yeah, for me, it's Shelby Oaks because I think that trailer was batshit fucking crazy where you just see the guy blow his fucking brains out and then it becomes like a Silent Hill movie. 28 years later with that narrative from the 1920s guy doing the running up and down again. It's still like, you could watch that today and still be entertained. I still think that is one of the fucking most intense trailers I've ever fucking seen. Blew me the fuck away. And the Keeper trailer, when you see that in the theater with that weird humming noise and all this weird shit, and it's fucking, you're just sitting there and you're like this, just completely overwhelms you. You know what I mean? Shelby Oaks, it's a difficult movie without having people seen it. There's something off about the film. There's clearly something to say. Oh, hold on a second. Rams fan is asking me about Companion. I will not have Companion in my top 10. I was disappointed in Companion. I think they, much like The Monkey, I think they purposely didn't tell you this was a comedy. I think they wanted you to think it was a horror movie to get you in the door. I don't know, Shah, if you agree. I thought The Monkey, that was a prime example. Like, Monkey was not advertised as a comedy, but it's a dark comedy to me.
Yeah. No, I think honestly, I think the trailer for Monkey was a little misleading because I went into it expecting a full blown fucking
Yeah.
weird Perkins horror movie, and that's not really what I got. That was a little disappointing, to be honest with you. It wasn't a bad movie at all. I think it's just because I went into it expecting something totally different. So yeah, I think for sure. But to be honest with you, man, I think probably one of the most honest trailers that I went into it expecting exactly what it gave me was Final Destination. Going into that, I thought I was like, okay, this got me excited again for it because I wasn't really thinking about it. Like it wasn't like actively on my
wasn't on your radar.
And then as soon as I watched it, I was like, oh shit, I kind of want to see this. And once it hit HBO Max, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, man, but it's one of my favorite movies of the year. Like
Final Destination. Really Rams fans said he was disappointed. Bisha, I want to segue this to you because I want to ask you about trailers that you thought were were misleading. But I think that here's a case where a movie delivered, gave you what it said it was going to give you, like in Final Destination.
Yeah, it set up exactly what it was supposed to be. It teased and kind of oriented you to where you're at in the timeline and what it's about, and then just laid out exactly what it's going to be. Whereas The Monkey was like, here's a story by Stephen King told from the creepy guy from Longlegs, and then it ends up being a horror comedy. So I think that might be the most disappointing one of the year for me. I was expecting big things from that after
me too.
Longlegs.
Yeah, and that might be a little unfair on our parts because it's not, it wasn't.
No, but look at that trailer and the intense graphic violence and the story of the two brothers and this cursed monkey. And it's like, to me, that was set up specifically to tease, hey, here's another crazy, nasty movie from this dude who made Longlegs, which was wild. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, oh, hey, let's dance with mom after the funeral. And it's Tatiana Maslany from the She-Hulk movie, guys. I don't know.
Yeah. Shah, what did you just get in the mail?
Ilsa on 4K.
Ilsa She-Wolf. Oh, wait, not She-Wolf of the SS, Ilsa?
I already have that one on 4K.
But... Okay. Harem Keeper of the Oil Sheiks?
This just came in. Yeah, this just came in.
That's hot.
Today. And then I'm assuming this one is probably The Long Walk. Let's see. Yeah. Long Walk.
Oh, that's in my top 10 easily, by the way. That's a movie that I feel like completely delivered for me in every way, shape, and form. One of my favorite films of the year, let alone one of my favorite horror films of the year. I think when you both see that, you're going to be like, whoa, very intense. J.T. Molnar wrote this script. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised with our top 10. I actually, when I started putting my list together today, again, I have 12. I have 12 that I am ping-ponging around, and it's difficult for me to drop. There's a couple of movies that are going to be difficult for me to place. I do say I have my top 5 pretty much ironclad. If Silent Night, Deadly Night, and if I fall in love with The Conjuring Last Rites, these are my last 2 horror films to close out. Oh, what is that? You're going to hold that up for people to get a promotional copy?
Yeah, it's for The Long Walk. If you want to go and scan that.
Yeah, people scan that.
Anymore.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, scan that, free movie. Boom.
Yeah.
Watch it tonight.
Shot. Was that considered the Steelbook, what you got there? That cover's great. You guys are going to really like this movie, man. You guys are going to really like it. It's intense, bro. It's intense.
Slip cover is super tight, though. It can barely, fit on them. It's annoying as fuck.
And the other one was an Isla movie?
Yeah, that one is Ilsa, but for some reason mine didn't come with the cover, so I might have to return this and get another one because
it didn't come with a cover.
Yeah, because if I'm paying $30, I want the fucking slip cover on there, man. I don't want to.
Just Drew is asking us about the No Other Choice from Park Chan-wook. Yeah, we did a deep dive on that, Drew. We were shitting in our pants. That is still considered, a lot of people. That is actually going to show one night in IMAX. Shah, I meant to tell you. The Park Chan-wook movie for one night only, December 6th, is going to show in IMAXs across the country for one night only. And I have a feeling I'm going to see that movie on Christmas. And I'm going to drag Violet with me to go see it because I really want to see it. I might even go Christmas Eve. It's coming out, I think, Christmas Day. I'll probably try. If I could see it Christmas Day, I will. But it's interesting. B show, are you having a tough time narrating the 10? Or are you having a tough time quantifying where you would put things?
No, it's just to me. I noticed a trend the past couple of years where I really am in love with like one or two movies, and then everything else I can rank them, but it's like to me there's a big drop off. It would almost be like in wrestling terms if you're like, all right, rate Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and then Los Boricuas.
Ooh, I'm a big
Like,
fan of Los Boricuas.
These guys are decent like workers, like Savio Vega's no slouch, but like, come on, it's Rock and Austin. So to me, and I'm being facetious, but like to me, that's what I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it's like there's to me two that are like so far ahead of everybody else, and then everything else can kind of fall in line.
Do you have wild cards in there that I'm going to be like, what?
I know one for sure that you're not going to
Okay.
like, and there's a specific reason you don't like it, but it's not because it wasn't good.
Yeah, and I'm going to drop a little truth bomb here in a minute. Shah, you having a tough time quantifying the top 10, or do you have an ironclad 1 through 5? Because I feel like my 1 through 5 is not getting touched no matter what I do.
Well, I feel like mine is still gonna slightly change because I really need to see Shelby Oaks, The Keeper,
Long Walk.
28 years later, The Long,
and the Long
Walk,
Walk. I think those are the 4 you got.
and possibly Black Phone. Like those are the 5 that I've missed out on.
Okay.
So yeah, really depends on those 5. But right now, I do definitely have my top 5 that I'm sure of. But
yeah,
I've only seen probably about 10 new movies this year.
Well,
so
you have it, but if you close out with these
Right.
other ones, you're gonna have a very difficult time. Like I think it's gonna fuck you up a little bit. And I'll tell you something. I have not. This is not in my top 10, but I'm just gonna drop a truth bomb. I took out Predator Badlands, although I do think it was one of my more favorite movies I liked this year. But from the heart, I'm actually B show. I got very sort of like anal retentive about it because I was like, okay. It's a Predator movie, so it's a horror film. I don't give a fuck you. It's a Predator movie. It's a horror film. That's it. That's it.
Right.
I think this will be on a lot of people's top 10s because it's very good and it's very enjoyable. But I'm taking this out only because there were so many horror films that I liked way better. Does that make any sense? Like movies that are actually horror. Like, and again, yes, Predator is a horror movie. If Aliens is horror, Predator is horror. There's no getting around it anymore. Can't have one without the other, right? And we're gonna say every Aliens franchise film B show is horror, correct? It is. It falls in that category.
I would say so. I mean, Alien versus Predator from like 1999 or 2000 is a little lame, but it's still kind of horror.
I know it's still it's a monster movie. I mean,
Yeah.
how could it? This is like people who said Godzilla wasn't a horror movie 2 years ago. And I'm like, well, fuck you, it's Godzilla. Like it's the OG of horror movies, But I had a tough time with Predator Badlands. Only because I had all these other things. I don't think I'm going to change my mind, but I do plan on seeing Silent Night, Deadly Night in theaters in a couple weeks. I have to see it. I want to see it. I want to see if it's good. I would be shocked if I turned around and said, guys, you got to see this. But I'm leaving that open as far as that goes. You know what I mean? And Shah, you have now you just got like one of the big bangers in your doorstep 5 minutes ago. I mean, that movie, The Long Walk, is a big time. Like people love that fucking movie, bro.
Yeah, I also just got Together, although I've already seen it.
You've seen it,
but I do want to watch it again though, just to kind of get a refresher. But yeah, I mean, I've got most of the big movies that came out this year. Other than Sinners, I think I own everything that came out so far. So.
And you don't have 28 years later, right?
No, that one and Sinners are the only ones I didn't get the steelbooks of. So
okay,
everything else I think I have.
Now,
Final Destination I'm waiting on. That should be here by the weekend, but I've already seen it.
You've already seen it.
Doesn't really matter.
And it's on Max, so like you can watch it and so forth. Now, guys, because we don't have a release date for when we're going to do this, but we're obviously going to do it fairly soon. We'll probably do it in the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably before the week before, let's say the holidays, the last 2 weeks of the holidays. Shah, is there any movie that you think people might not have seen that if you could make people watch? I'm not talking about the obvious top 3, 4 that everyone you think saw, but is there something in your list in the top 10 that you're like, a lot of people didn't see this, I don't know, but I would make a point of recommending? Because I think we all might say the same movie, because there's a movie that the three of us were very big on right away that very few people saw earlier in the year, the middle of the year. And I'm just curious.
Yeah, the only one that comes to my mind that's easily accessible is probably The Ugly Stepsister.
I was just gonna say that's the movie.
I think people should go out of the way to watch that for sure. That's on Shudder. You can definitely go watch that.
Yeah, I mean, uniformly, I think B-Show, we were all like, yep, this is good. This is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, and what's amazing is first, I forgot to log that, so I've seen 14 horror movies this year.
Not 13. Wow, there you go. That's a good one, though.
Yeah, very good. It's funny, though, is Sam Hoyos. I love Sam because he just loves everything, even if it's bad. He loves
everything, yeah.
We loved that movie, and I remember him posting on Facebook recently. It was like, that was an extremely boring, interesting movie. Like, I don't know. I thought it was better than boring, but
I don't think it was boring. I think if you don't like period pieces, you're not gonna. A lot of people said that about The Witch B-Show, and a lot of people slept on The Witch and said it was very talky. And
that's the thing too. Is like you said, Predator is horror. Just because it's a monster movie doesn't have to be a psycho killer movie.
Yeah, I might have to rethink this Predator thing now that I'm really talking all this shit. I'm not gonna lie.
But like even with horror movies, like just because it's boring doesn't mean it's not, something. Terrible or a horror story or something. And I think this Ugly Stepsister was really cool. You had a little body horror, you had some self-mutilation, you had some nasty, like the sound design from like the tapeworms,
and it was good look. It was a good looking movie.
Yeah,
it looked
very
beautiful.
good.
Like, like the clothes and like nothing looked cheap, or out of place. I would say Ugly Stepsister. If you have access to Shudder, I would definitely make that a priority. Yep. Don Stoney's saying Toxie. Shah, I'm so glad that you're on board with that too, like me. I feel bad for Toxie, but I think maybe it was a little too hyped up. I don't know, because it was never coming out, and then it was like a mystery, and then it was like it was saved, and it's like, it's non-release, it's non-rated, and all this other stuff. But I kind of feel that way about Toxie a little bit, Shah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be my top 10. I just counted, by the way. I got 15 movies I've watched so far. So if I watch the remaining 5 that I just named, I would hit 20. Yeah. So I feel like that would make it a little bit more competitive to pick a, top 10. So I'm going to try to watch 20 before the end of the year.
Yeah.
That way
I can narrate your 10.
Yeah.
Forever Derek is saying Nosferatu. See, I disagree, because Nosferatu is going to get nominated, I think, for a lot of Academy Awards for scenic, cinematography. It's so gorgeous. It's a slow-moving train, but it's a beautiful train. I don't think anybody watched Nosferatu and said, this looks cheap. You know what I mean, B-Show? Like, if anything, I think it was overwhelmingly too beautiful in a lot of ways, because you start looking at the plot and getting a little like, oh, there's a lot of talking going on here.
Yeah, and honestly, that movie stuck with me because I was driving to work the other day, and it was one of the first days where it got really cold in like early November, right after Halloween. And everything was gray, it was cloudy, and it just started to sprinkle a little bit of ice and snow in the air. And I went, holy shit, this looks obviously not as intense, but this is the type of vibe that you saw in Nosferatu when they're walking through the streets of, was it not Liverpool or Essex or whatever it was, but whatever in England, man. So from the atmosphere to the performances, like weather atmosphere and mood atmosphere, was very, very, very well done.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you guys a question before we wrap up. Speaking of Nosferatu, Shah, Nosferatu came out Christmas Day. Most people didn't see it until the new year. Do you think that's fair game to throw that in this year's category?
I mean, we didn't include it till last year, so I guess
we couldn't, because we were already done.
I thought we said we would give it a mulligan and pass it into 2025.
Okay, yeah, I think we did say that. Yeah, so
we're including Nosferatu.
Yeah, we have to. We didn't get. Well, if you want to include it for sure, because most of us didn't see it in 2024.
Yeah, it did get skipped. Yeah. Well, no, I watched it December. I think. Didn't you watch it in December?
I went and saw it the day after Christmas.
Yeah,
with Violet.
I did too.
And Violet was like, "Oh my fucking god, this is amazing." So I'm gonna take Violet to see the Park Chan-wook movie the day after Christmas. That's my go-to right there.
When was Oddity released? Because I thought that was last year, but I'm seeing on Rotten Tomatoes it shows under 2025.
Wasn't Oddity last year?
I thought so. It's in my log somewhere. I thought it was
2024. Wasn't this year, guys? No way.
And see, this is another thing too, is when I go back and try to pick movies to watch, when I go and search them online, it's hard to find certain shit on Google because they leave certain stuff off. But then I go back to Rotten Tomatoes to see like the list of their 500 movies of 2025, and they got stuff like Oddity listed in there.
I don't think Oddity. Oddity was on some people in Necromaniac's top 5 last year. B show. That's the only reason because I listened to their top 5.
I watched Oddity in October of 2024. What the fuck is this?
That's a weird one. I don't know why people would throw that in there. That's very strange.
And Mads was last year too. That was like
Mads
the one
was
shot.
last year.
Yeah,
Mads was last year. Yeah, as far as that goes. But yeah, Nosferatu is in our periphery. So if you guys want to recalibrate, I suggest doing that. Don Stoney, you're looking at the theatrical release date, but it didn't go to streaming until the fall of that year. It was also a foreign film, like it was an imported foreign film. I don't know that we had it in theater. We may have had it in theaters here. By the way, Shah, I think that Oddity director's got a new movie coming out that a lot of people are really excited about. I don't think we've tackled it yet. Caveat being the previous one, Oddity. I think we've talked about Caveat before. But we've got an interesting Patreon show planned, very special theme show for the Patreon. And of course, the only way to get there is patreon.com/spitballmedia. $5, people. It's just only $5. It's like a foot long, $5 foot long. Patreon.com/spitballmedia. That'll get you all the goodies. And if you're traveling for the holidays, just hit that shuffle because you'll have thousands of hours to choose from. Do we have people we want to thank? B-Show, what's Cleric of Chaos? Is it near death? Not near death experience, is it?
The Cheating Death podcast, right?
Cheating Death. I don't know where I get near death experience from. That's a Cro-Mags album. We have that. We have the Hey Now Rich Now's going live with X's and O's. And of course, we want to thank our good pals over at the Bayou Geeks. They're going to be ending their show.
Yeah.
So a special mention to those guys. We love those guys. They're not going to be doing their show anymore. Who am I forgetting here? Well, let's plug our buddy Sam Hoyos and his band Playing Dead and his Red River podcast. My brother Mike's Necromaniacs. I don't know when they're doing their top 5, but we'll be plugging it. Shah, is there anybody else we want to mention here for the plugs?
Did you say Drucifer Yarcifer?
The Drew Yari Experience podcast. Got to say it right.
Yeah,
Tony and Soup.
Well, I was going to get to Soup because this Saturday I'm going back to Soup. I'm going to be doing my Survivor Series recap. This is going to be a big one. So I'll be back on the air Saturday night after that'll be my 5th day in a row of absolute madness because I am off after 12 o'clock, 12:30 tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to be in bad shape, Saturday. Oh, am I going to be in bad shape. But join live if you're going to be watching the Survivor Series War Games. I'll be going live with the fellas on the old wrestling Soup. What is Garden of Thought? What is that? I don't know. Is that another podcast? Okay.
Wasn't that Garden of Doom before? That's Littman.
Oh, he has Garden of Thought. I can't keep up with Littman. He does too much. He's a guy who does too much. I love Jeff, but he does too much. It's too much. It's too much. I can't keep up with all this shit. I'm old. I'm as old as he is. I can't keep up. How does he expect me to keep up? But we have a special Patreon show we're going to get to. I want to wish all of you a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're doing something great with people you like. If you happen to not be doing something so great or you happen to be surrounded by people you don't like, just put the headphones in, man. Listen to some cool music. Listen to the podcast. Go watch one. Drew says Jeff's 60 shows. Yeah, one show for every year of his life. I am going to be having a splendid time. I'm going away with my extended family. We have this beautiful mansion we rented with all these townhouses and indoor pools. And, it's going to be madness. I'm so excited. But I'm excited to not work for a few days. And give ourselves, listen, if you're on the Patreon, leave a review. You know what I mean? Or give a pal a subscription. You know what I mean? Give a pal a subscription. Why not? But thank you guys so much. We hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving. We're going to see you next week on the regular show. But until then, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Safe travels. Thank you for everything from us here at Spitball Media.